completely. She didn't think it ever would, but she knew creating her own family would help. Start something new. Wasn't that what life was all about? At one time, she thought she could start that family with Terrence, but whatever, that ship sailed long ago. He hadn't been the one like she'd thought. The one is just a silly fairy tale used to sell movies and merchandise. Great Aunt Rose's oft-spoken words rang loudly in her head, as if the woman were sitting right beside her on the creaky 10-year-old mattress instead of resting peacefully in Fairmont Cemetery. A sharp pang struck her chest, dead center. "Miss you, Auntie Rose." The silent room didn't answer, but she didn't expect it to. Pru didn't believe in anything as silly as ghosts. Her best friend Finn had given her the nickname Practical Pru, and she supposed it fit, better than wishing on stars and hoping your dreams came true. If you wanted something, you had to work hard and make it happen. And that is exactly what I'm doing. She glanced at the new information on the page she'd just turned. With the help of one of your generous gentlemen, of course. The whole traditional way to get a family hadn't been working for her. And who said a family had to look like Even Stevens? Families came in all shapes and sizes. So she couldn't find or trust a man to stay by her side through thick and thin. So what? If she wanted a baby, there were advances in science and guys willing to fill a cup for $50. Thanks to them, Pru could take destiny into her own hands. An image of a tiny, squishy, squirming baby filled her mind. Moisture gathered in her eyes, and she sniffed as a wave of longing washed over her. Her arms ached to hold her future baby, to shower the little peanut with all the love she had. When she pressed a hand to her chest, the strong beat of her heart pounded against her palm, every thump hitting with a steady surge that seemed to echo one word in her mind. Baby, baby, baby. For the past 5 years, she'd scrimped and saved, even with the ups and downs of starting a wedding planning business with her roommates. Yes, she saw the irony in a woman who planned happily ever afters for a living, not believing in them herself. And she'd managed to stash away a nice nest egg for the fertility treatments and upcoming baby expenses. Pru was nothing if not a planner and expert budgeter. That's why she handled the books for Mile High Happiness, the wedding planning company she and her 2 roommates ran. Denver had been experiencing a boom lately thanks to all Colorado had to offer. The majestic mountain peaks, the bustling city, and the legal plant life. Starting a business was always a risk, but the picturesque appeal of the mile-high city and surrounding areas made it a premier wedding destination for locals and visitors alike. 6 years in, and the women were successfully running in the black with no signs of slowing down. She had her awesome friends, an amazing job, and a padded savings account. Now all Pru needed was her baby. So, who's the lucky fella going to be? A loud chime made her jump before she realized it wasn't the book of donors answering her, but her cell phone indicating a text message. She snorted, silently chiding herself for her silliness, reaching for her phone. F. Need a rescue. The best friend code. She and Finn had made a pact in high school. If either of them was on a bad date and needed rescuing, the other would drop everything and come right away. Though she'd been on numerous bad dates with creeps, jerks, and just plain bores, she'd only used their code a handful of times. She preferred to end things herself. Finn, however, despite his muscular physique and plethora of tattoos, was a big ol' softy and could never end a date without an excuse, no matter how badly it was going. If she had $1 for every time he'd used the code, she could have paid for 10 babies by now. P. Where? F. Strikers. Oh, goody. The dimly lit pool hall that still reeked of cigarettes even though smoking indoors had been banned in Colorado since before she'd been legally allowed in bars. She sighed. Time to put on her BFF pants and rescue her sweet...